Hey, it's Cliff, and today I want to talk about some of the crazy decisions Apple has been making. If you don't know, I am an Apple fan. I like Apple products. I have a MacBook over here as well that I'm not going to show you, but that's another product that I've enjoyed. But recently, I can say that I'm not so much a fan of what they've been doing and the direction they've been going, and a lot of it started with this here. So I pulled up the Google support page, and this is when they first implemented Super Things. So Super Things is something that YouTube created to compete with Twitch. You know, it's a form of donation where you could donate to your favorite content creator, and that person would receive that money almost instantly. You know, it was another way for them to make money outside of ad revenue, and it was pretty much what launched Twitch to be really popular because it was something shared between the viewer directly to the creator to kind of steer their channel in a way that the viewer actually liked. And so YouTube kind of took hold of that and they created Super Things. So when it talks about revenue share, it says creators receive 70% of Super Things revenue that is recognized by Google after local sales tax and applicable App Store fees on iOS are deducted. Transaction costs, including credit card fees, are currently covered by YouTube. So the whole idea was for you to receive 70%, and then YouTube would receive another 30%, and that would be the cut. Apple kind of stepped in and said, well, hey, if you're going to process transactions through us, then we also need a 30% cut. There's even Elon Musk chiming in on it in a tweet here where he says, Apple Store is like having a 30% tax on the internet, and that is definitely not okay. When I think of Apple's products recently, they try to make everything so proprietary that you are stuck in their ecosystem, and they're doing that with a purpose because once you get into their ecosystem, they can charge you this 30% fee. Moving on from there, I get a tweet from Ryan Wyatt, and he breaks it down even further with a point that I actually agree with. He says, Apple's 30% tax is criminal. With Google, you can at least sideload apps without going through Google Play. With Apple, it's a walled garden that will forever hold back technological progress due to its monopoly over the industry. And that's exactly how Apple would like to perceive that. Simply because they're going to make a 30% cut of every transaction that you make. And when you think of just a 30% cut, that is a huge amount. I cannot believe that for YouTube, when I first saw how they were doing these Super Things, you have YouTube taking 30% of your cut, and you have Apple taking another 30% cut. So you're only getting 40% of what people are perceiving that they're actually donating to content creators, which to me, that is criminal. It's very shady to think, if I donate to my favorite YouTuber, that they're only getting 40%, and that 40% is also taxed. So you have to think it's even less than 40%. So that, to me, it's dishonest on a platform to have it be perceived that way. And I wouldn't even be so mad if Apple's products were leading the way at this point, but I don't feel like they're actually doing that anymore. I can pull up Apple's website here. The big thing right now is the iPhone 14 recently came out, and as I showed you, I'm an iPhone fan. I normally like these, but the whole point of why I like the iPhone was because many years ago it was incredibly innovative. There were things coming out on the iPhone that actually changed the way that you worked with the smartphone, but I don't feel like anything has changed recently. And even as I scroll through this iPhone 14, I look and see they're advertising it as bigger. Okay, that doesn't do much. I mean, it has a longer battery life, emergency SOS via satellite. Okay, that's okay. And then typically they claim that the picture is better, the battery is better, the camera is better, but they're not really innovative anymore. There's nothing going on with these devices that really require me to need an upgrade, and it's been like this for several generations. As I scroll down, so I can see them here, they're advertising widgets. Widgets are not even a new thing. They're really not that innovative at all. As most of you probably know, when it comes to Microsoft, they had an addition which was Windows 8. And Windows 8, the whole idea behind it was that there weren't going to be desktops anymore. People were moving to tablets. and that they were going to create an interface that kind of let you use a tablet while also kind of being on a desktop as well. And people hated this. The whole interface was terrible. This came out in 2012. So nothing new is really going on here. I can actually show you a picture so I can kind of refresh your memory. It looks something like this. They had several different buttons that you could press because it was kind of new to have a touchscreen device. You know, people were trying to get into tablets, and people were really thinking like, we're not gonna have desktops for much longer. Obviously that didn't happen. Windows 8, in my opinion, was a huge fail because nobody liked learning this format. It was completely different from anything that Windows had before. So I wasn't a fan. It wasn't something people enjoyed. But the reason why I bring this up, I mean, yes, I'm annoyed with the fees. I'm annoyed with them having proprietary cables and systems that you can't really use with anything else to create a monopoly within their own business. I'm annoyed that they're not innovative anymore, but this is where it really took a turn for me, because now not only are they not innovative, it seems like they're trying to crush creativity. And what I'm talking about comes from this article here, and it says Apple forces Coinbase to disable NFT transfers on its wallet and app. So the main gist of this is that Apple is trying to enforce their 30% tax on NFT transactions, and not only NFTs, they're actually trying to enforce this on any cryptocurrency on their platform as well. And it says here Coinbase isn't happy, so I went to Coinbase's Twitter and they actually broke it down to me why they were upset. So I want to kind of go over that with you guys to see what Apple's actually trying to do. So they're right. You might have noticed you can't send NFTs on Coinbase Wallet iOS anymore. This is because Apple blocked our last app release until we disabled the feature. Apple's claim is that the gas fees required to send NFTs need to be paid through their in-app purchase system so that they can collect 30% of the gas fees. For anyone who understands how NFTs and blockchains work, this is clearly not possible. Apple's proprietary in-app purchase system does not support crypto, so we couldn't comply even if we tried. And this is where we're kind of seeing this, like, this doesn't even make sense at all. One, we cannot give you gas fees, even if that is a fee for transactions. There's no way to give this to Apple, and it just seems greedy overall for them to even try to attempt something like this. But they go on. This is akin to Apple trying to take a cut of fees for every email that gets sent over open internet protocols. The biggest impact from this policy is on iPhone users that own NFTs. If you hold an NFT in a wallet on an iPhone, Apple just made it a lot harder to transfer that NFT to other wallets or gift it to friends or families. Simply put, Apple has introduced new policies to protect their profits at the expense of consumer investment in NFTs and developer innovation across the crypto ecosystem. We hope that this is an oversight on Apple's behalf and an inflection point for further conversation with the ecosystem. Apple, we're here and we want to help. So the whole point of cryptocurrency was to actually be used. It wasn't really meant to be hoarded and collected for mass profits, even though that's probably what it's most known for at this point. What we actually wanted was a system where you could trade money back and forth, or like in this case, they're talking about NFTs. NFTs are supposed to actually have utility. And so if good things actually happen to these NFTs and they do get this utility, whatever that may be in the future, that's where we're innovating. We don't know what these NFTs are really going to bring us. But if they actually are worth something one day, they can do something that benefits the people, they're going to want to be traded back and forth. And pretty much what Apple is saying, if you have something of value, every time that it's traded back and forth, they're going to charge you a 30% fee and take a massive cut. That is almost half every time you send one of these NFTs back and forth. Now, they're not only talking about NFTs, they're talking about cryptocurrency as well. If you want to use software on Apple's ecosystem, like any wallet, like Coinbase wallet is talking about right here, they're going to charge you a 30% fee. Could you imagine you're trying to send your friend some money? Let's say you went out to eat or something and you want to pay half of your bill to him in crypto. Apple's going to come up behind you and charge you 30%. That's why we're saying they're trying to kill creativity, because with a 30% fee like that, nobody's going to use crypto. And we're in a situation where most people have iPhones. Most people are using the Apple ecosystem. And sure, there's people using Android, but let's just say half of people are using Apple, right? That's going to kill creativity within crypto because nobody's going to want to use these because it's a 30% cut. Why would anyone build on crypto if you're going to have to go through a 30% cut? It just makes no sense to me. To me, it's greedy. To me, it shows there's no warrant for this besides them wanting a lot of money. And I don't even think people would have been mad with this concept if it wasn't 30%, damn near half. Like, come on, guys. Really? You guys are supposed to be the company that thinks differently. You're not supposed to be the company that is smashing down ideas like this. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because it seems like a big issue, and I haven't really heard a whole lot about this. Like, this is definitely something that's going to affect crypto as a whole. So please let me know down in the comments what you think about this issue. Thank you to my Patreon supporter, Kevin. And also, guys, this is the first time I'm using this new microphone, so let me know how it sounds, and let me know if there's anything I need to do to the quality of this, because I just popped this thing out of the box, and this is the first time running with it, so hopefully it sounds good. But anyway, thank you for watching.